Hey Dennis, thanks for your problem and thanks for the nice words actually. Yeah, I'd love to tackle this problem with you. This is what I saw. So when I look at this, I see basically a difference of two squares. And let me show you why. If I cover up the x plus 1 and I cover up the x minus x squared, you'll see that there's something squared minus something squared. So what I see is a difference of squares. Okay, so what I would do, just ignoring this for right now, I know technically you should go inside parentheses to see if you can simplify that. That's what PEMDAS tells us to do. But I'm going to do it that way, and let me show you what happens. When I see a difference of squares, I'm going to go immediately to two different binomials, and I'm going to go to plus, and I'm going to go to minus, because that's how you do a difference of squares. And then you take the square root of this, so it would be x plus 1. I would put that there, and then their x plus 1, I would go there. And then I would go x minus x squared here, and then x minus x squared here. But here's the difference. I'm going to put that one in a parentheses because I notice I need to subtract the whole thing that follows. So if I had just left it without, I would be just subtracting the x and not subtracting the negative x squared, if that makes any sense. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify everything that's inside these each individual parentheses, right? So I see an x and an x here, so I'm going to gather my like terms. I see negative x squared there. So I'm going to go, I'm just going to put it in correct descending order. So I'm going to say negative x squared, x plus x gives me 2x, and then the plus 1. So that's that part simplified. Over here, I'm going to distribute that negative to both of these terms. So I'm going to get x plus 1 minus x plus x squared. Okay? Now I'm going to do the same thing over here that I did up here. I'm just going to gather the like terms. So let me just call that step 4. Let me just bring this down. You know, I could actually factor out negative 1. I've never liked a negative squared. So let me just take out the negative 1. And that leaves me with x squared minus 2x minus 1. And then I can examine that here in just a second and see whether that's factorable. I can tell you that it's not. But over here I'm going to see the x squared. The x's cancel out, right? And then I'm going to get plus 1. So this is what I have left. Now let's take a quick look. Is this factorable? It's not, right? It's a trinomial that looks like it might be, but the way you do that is you ask yourself, are there any two factors that add up, that multiply to negative 1 but add up to negative 2, and there isn't, so I know that that is not factorable. This is not factorable as well. It's not there's no such thing as a sum of squares that's factorable, so I know that that's not factorable, and I just took the negative 1 out there. So I've just basically factored this whole problem. It's negative 1 times the quantity, x squared minus 2x minus 1, times the quantity, x squared plus 1. I hope that was helpful. Again, I appreciate your kind words about my channel, my video, my methods. Okay, take care.